Hello, race fans. This is Larry Supermouth Huffman, AMA Hall of Fame announcer. And this isn't Supercross. It's Wednesday. And you're watching Bay Fishing with Roman and Brian. Stand by while the boys teach secrets of bay bass fishing with Roman on his 6-second nitro-burning pedal drive kayak. And Brian in his Cool Baits high-speed dragster boat that he takes out every Sunday. Be there!
Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Fishy Hour. What up, Brian? How's it going today?
Hey, Rom.
Yeah.
I'm great, Howard.
Brian's here. No technical difficulties. Cheers.
Yes. On time.
All right, we got a thumbnail going. Let's go. All right, first order of business. Shout out to the first like, or the first comment of the evening goes to Spinning Rod Rebel, Marvin himself.
That's good, Marvin.
Round of applause from a live studio audience for Marvin for the first comment of the evening, and the first like goes to Mr. Carl Black. Let's go, Carl! Shout out to Arnie. What up, Arnie? Welcome to the show. One cool tuna OCT in the house! Exclamation point OCT. Check it out. Tap in the chat. See what happens. Something cool might happen. Brian likes to fish in the house. What up, Brian?
Yeah, well, Roman.
Proxer93. That's Leonard. What up, Leonard? Welcome to the show. Captain Dan, I've got to go fill up the boat for Saturday. Be back in about a half hour. All right, drive safe, Captain Dan.
Okay.
Choo. I see down in SD. Roy in the house. What up, Roy? Round of applause from the live studio audience. Leonard. I got Leonard. I got One Tuna. I got Dave Rage in the house. Shoo. And I got Jared. What up, Jared Breck? Welcome back. Bit. What up, guys? Nice. And, all right, awesome. So that's it. If you want to get a shout out, say hello in the chat when you first walk in. And if you've liked the video already, if you like the stream, type in bit in the chat so we know that you know that we know that you know. All right. Take it away.
Chat, type something if you're watching. So we know you're watching. You ready?
Take it away, Brian. Back to you.
Let's start out with this. This is a tradition. So I got
that's right. Pop Top. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, as is tradition here on the show, you should have yourself a nice frosty beverage or a warm beverage or whatever you want. Whatever beverage you prefer to chill and relax and watch some Fishy Hour. Today, Brian's going to pop a top. And on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best pop top you've ever heard in your life, 1 being the worst, rate this Pop Top.
Fancy drink tonight, going with Origin sparkling water. You ever heard of this?
Wow.
I don't know where this came from, but I'm
Brian,
going to give her a shot. So you ready? You ready?
It's all sparkling water that get you with the can.
Yeah, I know. But this is supposed to be fancier. It's in a skinny can.
This one goes to 11 though. This one goes to 11.
Let's find out here. All right, hold on.
Wow.
Hold on.
Was that an extra creepy door opening in the background?
That was my son going in and out of the ground.
It's perfect. It sounded like a haunted episode.
I saw what's going on in front of me. Yeah, people are walking back and forth. What is up? Fishing Reps is here. What's up, Kevin?
What's up, Kevin? Shout out, Kevin in the house.
Like that. There was no echo. That's
there was. It's like
gigantic warehouse.
That was some epic stuff right there.
-10 for cheating. All right. So I'll suspend any mic bumps. Drinking out of my 4th of July, six flags.
Yeah, I see 10, 10, -10, 10. All right, pretty good. That's pretty good. All right. Let me know in the chat after you put in Brian's score what you're having to drink tonight. Okay, it could be water, it could be a little Irish coffee. It could be a little Mai Tai. Whatever you want, whatever makes you feel good. Here we go. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best pop top you ever heard in your life, 1 being the worst, rate this Pop Top. Oh man, no fizz.
Dr. Zevia.
I think it's frozen. Dude. I think it's frozen. I'm surprised it didn't explode.
Anybody
get out of here, worthless Mike.
You get Mega Mic. Let me
Cheers.
show you my Mega Mic. This is my Mega Mic, by the way. You know that mic.
Yep. Cheers. Sevia. Hashtag still not sponsored. Dang it. Cheers.
I was saying a little tip. If you're gonna go to Six Flags, do not go on 4th of July weekend. It was, I'm not kidding, 100 degrees. People were like, have you ever been to Six Flags? It's like all uphill. Like,
Oh, yeah.
it's like the zoo.
Yeah. I used to live down the street.
It's not like
from there.
Disneyland or SeaWorld. When you go there, you're hitting some real heavy heat in the summer. And 4th of July was not my best choice of days to go.
Yeah.
Probably busiest day of the year, too.
Valencia, California.
Correct. Okay, guys. So we got a few announcements to make. We got some big stuff coming up. And tonight's show, we're going to go over the gear. We're going to fish on the Pickle Run details. We got our second ever cut or cast submitted by somebody in the MFC. So we're going to have a cut and cast, a few of those. If you missed that last time, you're going to see what that is. And we got PB shout outs and hang out for the end. So first announcement.
Or cast.
What?
None. First announcement. If you don't know, this is Club MMFC. We have a Discord. We get organized in the Discord. That's where
I have a special announcement about the Discord.
Oh, go ahead and let's do that first.
So I'm thinking of moving all of our activities to Fish Hype instead of Discord. Okay, I'm thinking about it. Okay, let me know what you think in the chat. I know it's really useful to use Discord, and that's kind of how we started. But there's some other considerations that we have to take into account, and I'm considering it. So we might move out of Discord. Okay, but in case we do, so that you're ready, go sign up for Fish Hype. Okay, go sign up for the Fish Hype forum. We still need to get to 200 users. If we get to 200 users, we'll give away that reel. Okay. I'll put Fish Hype in the chat. All right, we can keep going. But for Pickle Run, we will be using Discord. Sorry.
Okay, so MMFC outing. Anybody can go to this. Boat, kayak, float tuber, swimmer, whoever wants to go. October 28th, we are doing Bait Barge of Horror. That's our that's our Halloween outing where you can wear a costume if you'd like, but we all hop in our kayaks or boats or whatever, usually in the evening, and we're going to do it in San Diego Bay this year, and we're going to paddle on out in the evening.
What are we
to
calling
the
it?
Bait Barge.
Should we hunt the barge?
Hunt the barge. There you go.
What do you guys say? Hold on. We gotta put a poll out. Okay.
Or they can come with their own name.
Nah.
Bait Barge of Horror or Haunt the Barge.
Oh,
okay, so that is October 28th. Time to be announced when we get a little closer. We'll figure out what the weather looks like, but it'll probably be an evening type of thing. Another announcement. Since we're going to be all out there on the 28th fishing that night, I've decided to bump forward the date for Species Challenge to start up on the night of October 28th. So everybody that participates out there will be, if you want, you can participate in the Species Challenge. If you don't know what that is, it's an MMFC month-long event where you just go out and try to catch as many species as you can. We have a 2-time champion right now, Alex Norton. I've already talked to a few people. They're going to be gunning for him this year. So that Species Championship's a pretty cool thing to win. You just go out there and catch as many species as you can. We allowed cut bait, live bait, lures, whatever on this. And we'll have more details on rules on stuff like that when that gets closer. But October 28th now is the start time for Species Challenge. So start racking up your points. This October 21st, if you've ever won Spotty Bowl and have earned a championship belt, then you have the opportunity to enter the Grand Championship that Eric has put together to earn the Grand Master belt, first year of this. And that is October 21st, and it's in Alamitos Bay up north from 6 to 1. And then it'll be November 10th or 17th for round 2 down in San Diego Bay. And I believe it's the best 2 scores combined for those 2 bays. So, and that'll be our first ever crowned Grand Spotty Bowl champion of champions, I guess you'd call him.
Nice.
And you will hold that belt till next year where you'll try to defend it. So coming up.
Is that in
December,
the WTF league or is it something different?
Spotty Bowl,
Okay.
like extra thing that Eric has put together. Okay, December 9th, we got Mary Macmas coming up. You guys have been to that plenty of times. White Elephant, that's so much fun. And Mary Macmas, we give out all of our club records. White Elephant, have some fun, some food. And we'll also be crowning a species champion at Mary Macmas. And last announcement. It's here. I'm pumped. I'm so ready for this. This weekend, October 7th, we have the Pickle Run. I think Kevin in chat, who was the originator of this? Was it you?
No, it was Kevin came up with a name because we're talking about like being stuck between baseball bases,
Mm-hmm.
right? Going from one base to the other. So pickle run was a thing, but like so what do you think? I can't remember exactly, Kevin. For sure you came up with a name. But anyway, yeah. Pickle run.
So Pickle Run, basically we go from Mission Bay to San Diego Bay all in one day.
Said I'm just the instigator. So that was on that was
year.
this is our third year, right?
Third year, yeah, year 3.
Year
So
3.
a lot of you guys participate in this. This will be my third year. Once on a boat, once on a kayak. I'll be doing it on the kayak this year.
That's cool.
And we're going to talk about some details on that. If you have any questions about the Pickle Run, Roman will be looking at chat. I'll be looking at chat. Please type them in now, because this is the point where if you're going, you have a question about something, let us know, because this is the point where you're going to do it. Any other announcements for you, Roman?
That's it.
That's it for announcements. Okay, so Pickle Run. We're going to meet at Mission Bay early in the morning. Watched 2 shows ago, I kind of drew an animation of what's going to be going on this.
Yeah, the instructional.
Basically, we're. Why are you smiling?
Because anything else you want to announce? I was like, I'm good.
I thought you were smiling about my animation. Oh, and I checked the weather for this weekend. It looks really good. 81 degrees down there. I mean, that's a little warm, but it's supposed to be like cloudy in the morning, cloudy in the afternoon, but it's full sun and a UV index of 7. So make sure you wear your buffs, your sunglasses, your hat, the whole ordeal. It's gonna be a hot one down there. All right, so Mission Bay, Dana Landing, we're gonna meet there. I want everybody on the water by 6:30 right out front. Sunrise that day is 6:47, so I want to be, as soon as that sun comes up, paddling out. But so we're going to meet right out in front of Dana Landing, in front of the buoys in between Paradise Point and Dana Landing. We're going to get our group photo out there. So make sure you're on the water, ready to pedal, ready to boogie at 6:30 in the morning. Once we do that, get our pictures. We're not going to fish the bay. We're going to paddle right out of Mission Bay, right out of the jetty. And probably once we get out there a little ways, 50, 60 feet deep or whatever range you want to fish, well, that'll probably be our first stop. And the way the Pickle Run works is we'll do a first stop. We'll get kind of our gear going. We'll figure out what's going on. We'll, figure out who's fishing what. And we'll fish a spot for a little while, clean all the fish out of there, then move down. And I'm leading up this thing. So I'll be on Discord, and I'll also be on my VHF radio, kind of letting you guys know, because I'm trying to keep a time schedule to get us down there before it gets dark. It gets dark at 6:26. So
I know, that's fast, dude.
I know. So basically, we have about 11 and a half hours, I think, to make this journey.
So we're going to go over gear, right?
Oh, yeah. That's the end of this. We're going to go over gear. I'm just going over kind of the details right now. But
while we're talking about it, we might end up out there. It might get dark before we get back in, guys. So just bring your plan to be out there at dark. So that way you have your lights with you and stuff is ready to go when it actually goes down, the sun.
I think last time we pulled in like right at like sunset, like if it was the same time, if it was sun went down at 6:30, we pulled in like 6:45.
Oh my gosh, we have a tie between the bait barge of horror and Hunt the Barge. Dun dun dun.
How can we find that? What time do you need me to? Oh,
tiebreaker.
Jeff, if you're volunteering a vehicle, I appreciate that. I really appreciate that, Jeff. Jeff won Cool Tuna, by the way. Yeah, if you want, me, Roman, and Salty Dangler are leaving our vehicles at Shelter Island, and if you could meet us at Dana Landing at 5:30, that would be perfect. And then we'll shuttle over there, and you can bring us back to Dana.
Awesome.
So yes, Jeff, I'll contact you with anything.
I think.
What's up, Frank Santiago's in big.
I think Frank and Zach voted for bait barge of horror and broke the tie. So let's end it now, and we're gonna call it what you wanted to call it in the first place: bait barge of horror.
If you're late, bait barge of horror is October 28th. We're all gonna go out, pedal out to the bait barge in our Halloween costumes or decorated kayaks or boats.
Put some lights
so where was I? Okay, so I'm gonna be leading this thing up. I might yell, "Let's go, let's boogie." If everybody follow me, let's get going, because we're gonna have to fish and then
boogie.
Pedal for a while. So there is a lot of fishing involved, but there also, remember guys, we got a long paddle to go. So there is going to be a lot of physical paddling down there. So fish for a while, eat your snacks, take a water break, and then pedal on. So 6:30, like I said, out front, and we're gonna pedal right out. Pedal down the coast. It's a long distance. We're trying to make it before dark. Food and water. So water is important on this. So I'm bringing like 4 water bottles like this size. So I don't know. I'm a heavy water drinker. I sweat a lot. You ever seen Mike Tyson or Holyfield in a fight?
Yeah,
Like mid boxing fighting when it's like sweating like that. I don't know what is with my genetics, but I'm a sweater. I sweat. So I drink tons of water. So I personally am going to bring like, I think this is a 1 liter. It's 1 liter, maybe 1 liter. I'm bringing 4 of these. So make sure you bring enough water for the entire day. Remember, it's not like a normal day on the water, like 6 hours. This is like going to be like 12 hours of fishing. So
also, we Captain Dan is gonna be a support boat. Also, Judge is gonna be there, but just in case something happens to them, to their boats, to their trailers on the way to launch, or even if they're on the water and they can't come help us, plan to bring your own snacks and
yes,
water,
definitely.
and maybe a bonus lunch, right? Just in case, okay? Just in case. All right, a sandwich maybe, peanut butter and jelly, a guppy from the
Pocket
Dale Landing
burritos, my
Market.
choice.
Dale Landing Market. Yeah, pocket burritos are always good. Okay,
Oh,
so
man.
I gotta show you guys this. Sorry to interrupt and cut into this, but it's just hilarious, dude. I took my boys fishing, story time, and we couldn't get a skiff because they were all out, and we're already there. So I figured, you know what, we're already here. Let's just get something to eat since we're here, and maybe someone will come in with their skiff and we can rent it. So we're walking to the Dana Landing store, and I'm like, so what are you guys gonna eat? And Julian, my younger one, he points at the drawing on the wall at the store, and he's like, I want that. Yeah, let me show you what it looks
Turkey
like.
sandwich or
Let
whatever
me
it
show you what it
is.
looks like. Have you guys seen that picture, that whatever that it's like an animated cartoon in the background.
Shove it to my camera for a second.
And so he's like, I want that. So I walked into the store, and I can't remember the guy's name, but I'm like, hey, what's that sandwich on the picture and the painting? He's like, oh, it's an Italian. I was like, okay, cool, we'll have that. But it's hilarious because he's like, oh, I'll have that.
Reenact it.
Yeah. But anyway, story time over.
Tyson or Holyfield, Dave Ray just asked me. Oh man, back in the day when
Right?
it was a Tyson fight, that was like, I mean, I remember like when it was like HBO or pay-per-view, and you knew somebody at HBO, and you go to their house and like 20 people in the house,
That's
all
that was the
ready
best,
for a Mike
dude.
Tyson
That was the
fight. I remember was it Tyson Spinks or something like that? It was like the fight of the century, and you'd show up and Mike Tyson would be like 30 seconds in, boom, 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 the guy's done. You're like, okay. All this food, all this prep, 30
I
people here
know,
for
yeah.
a 30-second beatdown. Mike Tyson was legendary. You're right. Crazy. So for me, Mike Tyson. But hey, and another story. I was at the Tyson Holyfield fight in Vegas when he bit his ear.
No way.
And it was chaos.
Were you
dude.
at the actual fight?
I was at the Lexar Hotel.
Were you at the fight, or were you at the fight like you are at the Comic-Con?
No, the fight was in MGM Grand, and I was in the Luxor Hotel right across, and we were in like a big like arena with big theater screens. So the fighters weren't in there, but so much betting on that.
Yeah, close enough, says Kevin. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was, and it's so weird. I don't know why I'm talking about this, but the Mike Tyson fight let out with everybody kind of upset.
Yeah.
That bet Tyson, and he got disqualified. And the Ozzy Osbourne concert let out simultaneous. I was leaving, and the Ozzy concert was letting out, and then the Tyson Tyson crowd collided. The strip was mayhem.
It was a crazy train.
Yeah, good one.
Hey.
Okay, let's get back to the pickle run here.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm sorry if I'm going to push you guys to get down there before dark, but I need to push this group to get there so we don't be rolling in at midnight. You know what I mean? Because we got Coach hopefully down there waiting for us. We got a couple other people waiting down there. So I'm going to push you guys to make it down there by 6:30. So that's gonna be our goal time to get there. Okay, so I talked about water. Even if you have like these Nalgene bottles, 4 of these minimum. Get them nice and cold. Put them in a cooler. Just do what you normally do. Just more of it. Another thing I'm going to recommend, if you want to communicate with everybody on the water, if you have a VHF radio, we'll be deciding our channel when we get on the water at 6:30. When we take our pictures, we'll all synchronize up our radios, get on the same channel, decide what channel we're going to go on, do radio checks, all that. But I would recommend bringing these. That way you can hear, like if I'm like, hey guys, we got to move to the next spot. You can hear all the updates. I'm sure everybody's going to have these things turned up really loud, so you'll probably hear the echo of when we make announcements or when somebody's catching a fish of this.
If you don't have a radio, make sure you partner up with somebody with the radio so you get the signal when they get it. Like you just be around that person that's going to be your radio buddy.
Yep. Or if you don't have that, most everybody has a set of wireless headphones, and we'll be on Discord on Sessions Comms, so we'll be talking through that also. So bring a fully charged headset if you have an extra battery, or even two of these, because usually the battery life in these is maybe 5 or 6 hours. So it'd be a miracle if this thing lasts the whole day.
Discord comms is pretty battery intensive, so make sure you bring a backup supply for your phone so you can be charging it while you're using it.
Yep. And we'll be on Discord. And you guys that don't get to participate in the Pickle Run, if you guys want to come on comms, you're welcome to do that. Just be cool. Come on comms and listen to what's going on. If you're on vacation or out of town, you want to hear what's going on with Pickle Run, you can just go to MMFC Discord and click on the Sessions comm. It'll be Pickle Run, and we'll all be on there talking.
Perfect.
And it's fun to be on comms too, because if Salty Dangler over there gets another massive 3 sand bass hookup on his A-rig, we all get to hear it and go over there, check it out. So it's cool to be on comms. All right. Anything else you recommend? I recommend definitely bringing your buff because it's going to be super hot, and definitely recommend bringing these sunglasses. I'm sure you guys are all pretty experienced about being on water. Just remember that stuff. You get a massive sunburn if you don't.
Yep.
Anything else you want to talk about before we start going into the fishing gear we're going to be using? Maybe tips on the Pickle Run.
If you get seasick, get your start taking your Dramamine or whatever you're taking for seasickness. Take it the day before, so you can go through it the whole day, and then take it again before the morning of, or the morning of. That way, it's in your system already. You get that dizziness. Sorry, you get that sleepiness. You take care of that sleepiness the day before, and then hopefully the second dose won't be as bad on that sleepiness stuff. Some people, I see Marvin uses a little bracelet that puts a little impulse on your wrist and keeps you from getting seasick. He says it works great. So Marvin, if you have that up there, put the name of it in the chat, and maybe if somebody else is getting seasick too, they can use that. It's not like fishing the bay, guys. We're out there and we'll be exposed to the wind if there's wind, and we'll be exposed to the swell. So usually what gets you is the swell, right? If you start to feel seasick, just kind of like take a deep breath and look up at the horizon. Okay, don't look down and be working on things like when you're tying knots like this. That's what messes you up. Just look up at the horizon, and if you know you get seasick, just be ready for it. Take your medicine before you go out. Cool.
Perfect. Captain Dan says the boat is fueled, got lots of assorted drinks, food, and snacks.
Going for the pies on Friday. Let's go.
Pies on Friday. Must have. So if you guys don't know, Captain Dan is bringing out the yacht, and he's going to be catering our event and mothershiping it too. So if you guys are out there, we'll have a spot where we all cruise on over to Captain Dan's boat, probably midway through the afternoon. Have some snacks and drinks. And
it's a morale booster for sure.
Captain Dan menu. Okay, so I guess that's the last announcements as far as Pickle Run. Like I said, guys, I want you on 6:30. So if it takes you an hour to unload your kayak, plan on getting in the water, ready to go at the photo spot at 6:30. That's pretty important. Me, Roman, Salty, and Jeff will handle the shuttling. Just know at the end we're gonna have hopefully some food at the end, and we're going to take everybody at the very end when we get to Shelter Island in me, Roman, and Salty's truck back to Dana Landing to get all your guys' vehicles, which everybody will go back to Shelter and load up there. So
you Salty, and myself are meeting at Mission Bay to drop off our kayaks, and then going back to San Diego Bay, and then Jeff's bringing us back.
You got it. You got it. And the guys that I have on the list for this year's Pickle Run is me, Roman, the judge, and he's got Zach Riggs and Braden on his boat. It looks like Captain Dan and his crew, Alex Yokinator, SoCal Angler, Alex Norton, Salty Dangler, Stephen G, Dave Rage, Nero, David Dalton Bass Hunter, RJ Rickster, and Eric Klein Cobra 89. So I think we've got 19 people going. So our biggest pickle run year yet. Roman.
Perfect.
Like last year was 16. So
Hey, thanks.
Nice.
Thanks, Marvin. It's called the Relief Band Sport. Is a waterproof one. Okay, there you go. Relief Band Sport. Cool.
Okay, somebody asked me, they haven't been on the pickle run. They don't really fish outside of the bay on their kayak, and this is going to be like one of their first adventures. A lot of people's first adventure, going out in deep water, I guess, from bay. And what gear are they going to use?
Just bring the biggest gear you have. If you don't fish,
I'm going to show 4 setups I'm bringing, so I'm going to go over each one.
Okay.
So I'll go over one that I'm bringing, then you go over your next one. So first setup I'm bringing is, because we're kind of slow drifting, you just kind of slow drifting. And remember, we're probably going to be fishing anywhere from 50 feet to 100 feet deep water. So you're going to have some heavier stuff than we normally use in the bay. So one of my favorite things that I do calico fishing when I'm out there is a creature bait, which is like this right here. And I've got either a 1 ounce or 2 ounce head on it. And this is a super simple to fish from a kayak, because you can just drop her down to the bottom and jig it and pull it up, drop it, jig it. And these get bit really good for sand bass and calico on the bottom. So this is my first setup that I'm bringing. Heavy jig head, 1 or 2 ounce with the creature bait.
Awesome. Real quick, I see Steven in here. What up, Steven? It's been a while. Steven is on that motorized kayak, right?
Oh yeah, he's got the.
Steven, we're doing pickle run again. Are you coming? Check out the details in the Discord, dude. We'll be doing it.
If you are coming, let us know.
October 7th. We'll need to get you a ride back to the.
He's on there. Stephen G is on there.
He is. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. He's on there.
And then who else is in here? Todd just came in. What up, Todd? Exclamation point TB Art. Type in exclamation point TB Art in the chat and see what happens. Hey, this is a surprise. See what happens. So questions of the day. Is a sheephead considered a rockfish or a groundfish, and off limits? A sheep's head is a reef fish, and it's a limit of 2 now, right? Because they keep nipping away at your fishing rights.
You're full of puns tonight.
How to put it in there? Zing, right? It used to be 5 or 10 or something like that. Now it's 2.
I don't know. I only fish for bass. I don't fish for anything but bass.
That's messed up. And
I'll leave all the rockfish rules up to you.
They want you to pay more for your fishing license when they're restricting your fishing rights too, and your fishing access and your bag limit and stuff.
Let's not get started on this again. You're gonna get Roman all worked up. 2 hours later, he's gonna be shaking his fist. Get off my lawn. Yeah, I know. And did you know that 5 out of 4 people struggle with math?
What?
Yeah, exactly. In this week, I didn't know if you know this, but this week is diarrhea.
They took your rights. Sorry.
Wow. I don't know if you know, this week, Roman, this special week is Diarrhea Awareness Week. And it runs till Friday.
Speaking of diarrhea awareness, make sure you poop before you launch your kayak.
Okay. These are all guys that have been out on the water. Okay. Well, what's your first setup you're bringing, Roman? I've gone over mine, which is creature bait with a heavy weight and a leader and braid.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I'm bringing a rod setup with I'm bringing the MMSC rod.
Yep.
With my 500 tranks.
Yep.
And my OCT MMFC jig, in case I see any surface activity. The green one.
Oh, I don't.
And then, that'll be my what's it called? Sight fishing rig.
Right.
If I see any activity, that's the one. If I see any activity on the surface, I'm gonna try to sneakily paddle my way over there before anybody else sees the ripples, and then get first cast. And then once I hook, I'll be like, "They're over here, guys."
I know. Away.
That's my first setup.
Since I pulled this out, and that's my teaching. And tonight somebody has submitted on Cast or Cut how to
Oh,
this
that's
doesn't
good.
happen. I did not plan this. It's just I
Stay
got my
tuned, guys.
Whopper ploppers. This is my whole. I don't know what this. I'm gonna just cast this all at once.
If you guys haven't experienced an episode, if you guys haven't experienced,
perfect.
if you guys haven't experienced a cast or cut segment, you guys are in for a treat.
Cut or cast.
Just saying.
Okay, my number 2 setup. Because we're fishing pretty deep, and I love using this because out of a kayak, simple to use, and that is a 60-gram submission fishing co. So any of you guys that are fishing vertically, if you're fishing a submission fishing co or a hookup baits, all of those work really well out there. Hold on, my cat is going nuts here. There we go. Cat. By the way, I got another cat here. Another cat. So 60-gram submission fishing co. Simple to fish. Just pull up fine structure on your fish finder if you have one. Just drop it straight down. Give it a couple pumps once it hits the bottom. Pull it back up. You'll probably get bit on that. So that's my number 2 setup, Roman. What's your number 2?
Well, I'm not going to be doing any bottom fishing because I don't want to catch a rockfish and not have a descending device. I don't have a descending device. So if you guys are going to be fishing those, bring your descending devices because you can't keep them anyway. That said, my second setup will be
here we go.
The MMSC prototype rod with my Daiwa Saltist 30 wide angle, wide one, so it's not so tall. With a hoochie.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, that will work.
I'll be trolling that hooch.
You're trolling, yeah.
Be trolling
Can
the
you
hooch.
get fast enough on a kayak to troll that?
Yeah, I just have to have a light one. So just don't be following right behind me, guys. Come on. I'll be trolling the hooch. I'll be like, you're my troll. You're cutting off my
mile
lines.
back or what?
I'll be trolling that thing like a mile back. I'm gonna see if I can find a really light one.
Please describe a hoochie because I'm not sure if everybody, these spot anglers, know what a hoochie is.
It looks like a little skirt, like a little squid head with the skirt coming off of it, and a line that goes through it, and then that line is attached to like a double hook, kind of similar to the one you would see like on a frog. But the double hook is free floating. It's like if it gets bit, the little skirt can slide up. So it's a trolling lure that I discovered or I became aware of in Mexico. Even though
you're going for like a trophy fish, yellowtail,
whatever,
you're going
whatever bites.
Dorado, possible tuna if we're super lucky.
But I can be easily persuaded if I catch any bait, I will re-rig that setup to fly line a Mac.
Got it.
And I'm gonna take the little needle that you kind of put through like the sockets of the fish's head instead of punching through its nose, like they do in Mexico, to see if it makes the bait last longer, and it should make the bait last longer. So I'm gonna try that. I think it's called
I forgot what he called that. But
basically, there's a name for it in English. There's a name for it in English. It's like bird dogging, something like that.
I'm sure Kevin would know.
They probably do that in Florida.
Yeah. Honestly, tuna is possible, he says. I hope
bird bridling? No. That makes sense, but it's like they call it something else. Anyway, yeah, that's what I'll be doing on that second setup. What about you?
Carl Black wants to know if you'll be fishing the Ned rig.
Oh, of course.
Wait, well, hold on. I want to jump ahead to your third setup. Okay, my third. I'm bringing 4 setup. 5 setup, is the dropper loop. So last year, the dropper loop was pretty successful. If you want to catch a variety of species, basically, I'm using a small coach-style hook with a piece of shrimp, going for maybe a sheephead or 2, with a heavy-duty weight on the bottom, like a 4-ouncer to get you down on the bottom. But dropper looper, if everything fails on me, which this is like my break in case of an emergency setup, if everything fails on me, then you know that you're going to get at least the skunk off the boat with a dropper loop. So get yourself a half pound of shrimp from the grocery store.
Just gave up.
Basically, I didn't say. So you're not bringing a dropper loop, but a dropper loop setup, small hook, big weight, drop it down. bait and wait. See
Yeah.
what happens.
You gotta knock them out and then hook them on the way up. That's good. No, that's good. You gotta beat that skunk.
Gotta beat the skunk. You
I'm
never
wi-
know.
I'm willing to take the L, the loss, the skunk.
Okay. You're all in, dude. All in on a big trophy fish. That's it.
Hoochie.
Huh? Oh,
Or nothing. It's good. Nah, and then so I'm gonna bring a sabiki setup.
got it. That'll work.
I'm gonna go pick up a new battery for my.
back there.
I'm gonna pick up a new battery for for the pump in my bait tank,
Mm-hmm.
and that way I can be ready if I need it. If we come across some bait and we happen to snag some, I'll be able to carry some bait, and then I'll start fly landing it, like we did in Mex instead of the hooch.
Our first stop right outside of Mission Bay, you know it's going to be loaded with max. So bring your sabiki if you're going to do that technique, because I think our first drop, you're going to be early in the morning, Max City, man.
Also,
Even if you just bring a dropper loop, you can catch a mac on that too. Or if you drop a small submission fishing co 15 gram or 20 gram, you get max all the time on those things too. So
yeah, on the Ned rig too.
Kevin says, I like Roman's plan. What's up, Mike Brown, Spotty Stalker?
What's up, Mike? Dude, it's been a while.
About our setups for the pickle run here. Okay, yeah, my second to last setup.
I'm gonna look up what that's called, dude. It's bugging me because I looked it up. I knew what it was called and I just forgot.
Let me see what rod this is. So this is a Seeker Tactical Series. This is the prototype that me, Kevin, and Roman have for the MMFC rod. If you bought an MMFC rod, it's basically the exact same thing. Fishing it with a Lexa 400 TWS, and I will be fishing a double rigged. So I have a 3-way swivel up here with about a 30-inch and a 24-inch line, double rigged, 1 ounce and 2 ounce cool baits. And that is for calico that are down deep. When I find structure or sand bass, cast this thing out, let it hit the bottom and work your drift with it. Let the line out, let it sit on the bottom, wind it in a ways, let your line out a little more and just keep working that action on the bottom. And this has been super successful for me in the SBS tournaments. And every time I go out there, this is what I've been getting most of my fish on. And a lot of the time when you have a double rig like this, you can get 2 at a time. I've got many double hookups this way. So that's my primary weapon. You can use, if you don't have any cool baits, you can use a 1 ounce ball jig head. You can use 1 ounce war baits. You can use anything that'll get you down to the bottom. But I'm going to recommend, if you can get it, 2 ounce with a 1 ounce. The 2 ounce will drag on the bottom, and then slightly above it, it'll hold that 1 ounce down deep. And because there's going to be a lot of current, a lot of wind, a lot of everything out there, keeping it on the bottom is tough. So heavy stuff, guys. With the MMC rod.
Very nice.
What is your finale? Oh, and then my last setup.
What? You're jumping in line. You're cutting in line. Come on.
Sorry. Go ahead and go to your last setup or your next setup.
So that's my 2 setups, right? I have them.
You've got your OCT 10, and you've got your Hoochie.
My Hoochie / convertible to fly line, right?
Fly line, okay.
And then I'm bringing the sabiki setup, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just a rod with the sabiki. That rod that I'm gonna use for sabiki, I'm gonna use that for other things as well. I call it, my coach calls it the junk rod. That's my my SLX setup. And I'll probably fish other things on there. Maybe I'll do some flat, what are they called? Not flat falls. Some
slow pitch jigging.
Some slow pitch jigs. And and the little OCT, is it 1 or X? The little one,
right?
Because nobody's commenting on the. Yeah, has it? Have we?
I'm sure somebody has. I have not, because I haven't. I'm bringing that thing too.
Yeah, I'm gonna fish. Hey, it's good.
I'm copying everything you did.
I'm gonna fish that one. See if we can catch something in the kelp. That'd be kind of fun. But my primary focus though is gonna be just fly line that stuff and find bait and go for it. Even if you end up finding those Spanish mackerels, the big ones, I might even rig one of those up too.
That sounds like a good plan.
Yeah.
I'm also with you. I'm going to have something tied up, probably my OCT 10 iron here, or OCT 4, tied up and ready to go. Because if at any moment you see bait busting or birds diving or whatever, and you get a chance to throw on it, you want to have something ready to go. So my 5th setup will be whatever I decide to throw out there. It's going to be something out of this box. So something I'll have one of these things tied up. Whopper ploppers in there, Remember Whopper plopper in Mexico?
Oh yeah.
Didn't try it to the last minute,
Oh.
the last day and man, that thing looks good.
So that would
when you
have
throw
gotten
that
so big if
in.
you had thrown it at the right time. You
I
could have just
so
throw
want,
something in the water. Just throw something.
don't bring flashbacks back about the captain yelling. Just getting over it. Whopper plopper. Has anybody got a tuna, yellowtail,
No, it'll break it, dude.
Dorado, anything on the Whopper plopper? I'd love to fish it, but I'll probably have either Colt Sniper or OCT.
You gotta look. You gotta fish the right gear for the fish you're trying to catch. Okay, I get it. I get it. It if you can catch it on bad stuff, it's cool, but you're disrespecting the fish, man. You're disrespecting the fight.
I'm throwing a bait that looks weird.
No, but throwing a bait that's just gonna destroy, and the fish is gonna swim away with a hook in his face. Yeah.
Talking about my Whopper plopper.
Or any fish, any bait that's not up to par, dude. When you're catching big fish, I mean.
Oh, my Whopper plopper is up to par. It's river sea. It's like a 110 size, or maybe maybe 120. It's up to par. It's ready to boogie.
Catch a
I'm hoping one day I
smallmouth
can-
bass on a Whopper plopper, says Jesse. Please tell us a story
Yeah.
of the captain yelling at you.
Oh man, that's a long story, Kevin. You have to go back to the recap of our fishing trip.
God damn it.
Basically, you just have to go back. It's a long story. He did tell me, Roman, at some point in that trip, I need to go back to preschool too. So
no, tell him why you said that though.
because I was fishing the rooster fish, and I don't know why you're laughing. I was fishing the rooster fish and with a live bait, and I hooked into the first one, missed it. Hooked in the second one, caught it, but then like 4 in a row, I lost it, and I couldn't figure out what I was doing wrong. And we're using a circle hook, and these rooster fish are crazy, and I'm getting frustrated because I'm on like my 4th one I missed. I had him hooked up, but he came off, and I said, "What am I doing wrong?" And he goes, "I think you need to go back to preschool."
Brutal, dude.
Brutal. But I think by the
I don't even know what
have,
sound to play,
I
dude.
have made it like a kindergarten level with him. I don't know.
He's like, finish him.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Hey,
that's awesome.
I landed, I think 2 or 3. So thanks for bringing that up again. I remember this is a 72-year-old guy yelling this at me too. So
Hey, we got to take it easy. He had just taken a hook to the hand too. So
yes,
right,
it was a long day.
Yeah,
it was a long day. So there you go. Thank you. Thank you for bringing that up. Okay, so my last setup, like I said, is something that I'll have tied up, ready to go if I see fish busting the surface, birds diving, Roman yelling.
I keep thinking
Hope
about
he
that.
enjoys that story more than Kevin too.
I didn't hear him say that to Brian at the time. So
Got a cat over here going nuts. By the way,
that
here's
was
my
so
new cat.
funny, dude. When Brian told me like later on that day, and it was like cracking up, dude. So funny. He probably said it under his breath or something.
I noticed he never yelled at you either.
Oh god.
He was pissed at me. I don't know. Maybe it's because I was wearing a Spotty Bowl championship belt on the boat.
Oh man.
All right. So, do you have anything to add on to gear setups? Of course, guys, we use fluorocarbon leaders or mono leaders, but I recommend braid to leader. You guys have all been fishing, you know all about that kind of stuff. But almost all my setups will have some type of leader on there, especially when you're dropping down to those rocks. Don't forget, Coach always recommends picking up. If you're going to pick up some shrimp, get that fresh stuff from the grocery store or wherever.
No, get it at
to.
Dana Landing. They have a cooler back there. You can buy a little box.
Will they be open that early?
Yeah, they open like at 6, no?
Do they? I'm not sure. I always try to have everything planned out before I get there. Just in, damn, this cat. Before I get there, just in case. What if they don't have any? So yeah. I'm gonna go to the grocery store, send Eric for me.
Go there tonight. Oh, no, go there tomorrow, and buy your box of squid and put it in your freezer. Put it in a bag first. Put it in 2 bags, and then put it in your freezer.
Okay.
Especially if
So
you're
anything
married.
else to add to gear setups, Roman?
I'm also taking a what's this? So I have that. Okay, bass rod.
Dana opens at 5:30. Says Arnie. Thank you,
There
Arnie.
you go. Thanks. So I think I'm taking one other setup. So 4 total setups. Like I really want to just focus on trying to get the big fish if they're there. If they're not there, then I'm not that interested in fishing for bass or bottom fish. So not that I'm not against anybody else doing that, but if the fish aren't there that I'm looking for, I'm just gonna run around and take videos and pictures of you guys. So
Cool.
So-
I'll be fishing for
so have some
bass the whole
fun.
way there.
yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be
Yeah.
my entertainment.
Spotty at best, Alex Norton says, "What do you mean fresh? I'm taking the box that's been in my freezer for almost the last 2 years.
Perfect. There you
Seasoned. You call that seasoned? I don't know. Coach has always told me fresh, so I don't fish bait a lot, so I go by what Coach says. Aged like a fine wine, Alex says.
go. Oh yeah, so that was the other setup. If I do get a squid box or do have squid, I'll probably just not troll that, but like put it out there somewhere, maybe on a dropper loop.
Yeah, there you go. Dropper loop
Just like a big
I
old
prefer
chunk of just like a
shrimp-
big
shrimp
old chunk of
over squid, only because of the mess that squid tends to make. You know, it's shrimp is like a little cleaner and it's frozen. And you get a little chunk, put it on a small hook. Squid, I've got to bring my bait knife, cut it up in strips. You know what I mean? So I personally, I'll fish squid, but that's all I've got. But I prefer shrimp. And it seems like if you're going for sheephead, it's like crack. You drop it's going to get annoying probably once you get your 2 if you're keeping 2. But if you drop a piece of shrimp, if you didn't get a fish, it's because they came over and they snagged it off your hook. That shrimp is crazy. Just ask the judge about that stuff. I don't know how I'm going to do the rest of the show with this cat. This cat is like all over. Okay. So with that, is there any other questions about the pickle run? It's going to be awesome. I checked the weather, 81 degrees, high wind of 8 miles an hour, which is good. We got some morning overcast, which I love. Little evening overcast. We're going to have sunny day looks throughout the day. 81 degrees. So the Santa Anas, I think, are coming in. That warm wind is going to be blowing against the coast. So if it's anything like our last one, it's going to be, let's cross our fingers, calm water, smooth all the way there. First in the morning is probably going to be our best bite. I haven't even checked the tide. I'm hoping, it doesn't really matter, but I'm hoping for an incoming tide when we're coming in Shelter Island. That makes it a heck of a lot easier to get to the finish line once you get into the San Diego Bay.
Okay, so
what test are we fishing? There's a good question. What pound test are you fishing?
I'm probably gonna do 40 or 60 on my setups.
60 pound. Oh, he's talking your leader, I think.
Yeah. Me too.
60 pound leader. What are you fishing for?
40. Oh, I'm gonna do like 40 to 60.
Okay, 40 to 60. I'm going a little different direction. I'm going my lighter setups, my dropper loops 15. My submission fishing codes 15 pound, 30 pound braid, 15 pound leader.
Imagine you're soaking some squid and you get just destroyed by a white sea bass, dude.
Yeah, I know. 15 pound. I can get
you'd be like,
oh,
boom. I wonder what that was. That was a big bite.
Now I'll have my drag set up just perfect. I'll get them in. My kayak will also work as a drag system, by the way.
That's true. The kayak does work as a drag system.
So I'll be using 15 pound, and then on my heavier setup with my cool baits that I drag on the bottom is 20 pounds. So 15 and 20 pounds all I use.
Okay, so the first time I looked up this style of rigging, I didn't know what it was called, and I thought it was called something else after I looked it up. But Kevin was correct. It is called bridling or bridle live bait. So you basically, you can look that up. You can look bridle live bait. Bridle live bait. It's pretty cool. Thanks, Kevin.
The guys in Rancho Leonero used it. Every one we used, and it goes right through them, and it keeps your bait alive. The hook's up on top. I think that's interesting. Probably work good.
We'll put a link
Most people are saying they're using 25 pound line. Frank Santiago, the most famous person in our chat, says 25 pound is good for anything inshore. Frank would know. Spotty at best says a little higher, I guess. And Carl Black says 25 pound leader. Heck yeah, that's fine. That's a little heavy for me. I like 20 and 15.
Oh, this guy's doing it with a zip tie, dude. That's interesting. Anyway, well, I'll be experimenting with that.
Any more questions? Any more questions? We're going to move on to
cut or cast. Cut or cast.
Frank Santiago, 30 pound braid, 25 pound leader. There you go. He would know.
Okay, there you go. That's good. 30 pound braid. Okay. 30 pound braid, 25 pound leader. Okay.
Zipping
Nita zips. Okay.
Zip.
Very cool.
Spotty
Yeah,
Best
I'm gonna
says
try
20 to
both.
25. That's all he uses.
I think the zip tie for sure is not coming off. Yeah, but you go through zip ties. That's probably why they don't use them in Mex, because it's like wasteful.
Expensive.
Wasteful, yeah. Okay, so are we gonna do cut or cast?
Yeah. So
Do you have it set up? Do you have the main screen set up too?
Hold on a second. Let me get my screen share up here.
While Brian gets the next segment of cut and cast set up, do me a favor, hit that like button if you haven't already, and if you have, thank you. If you haven't, whatever, dude. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Are you gonna play some music?
You're gonna play some music, right?
Oh gosh. hang on.
Discord direct message. You choose.
I got it. Here we go. Discord direct message.
Jamaican.
Okay, here we go. Go. Just thinking about it.
This is a prototype music.
Accept cookies. Here we go. What?
Cut or cast. Cut
Okay, so
or
guys, a new segment.
cast.
If you guys missed last week, we had a new segment called Cut or Cast, where we are going to show off a fishing hint. Could be on gear, lures, kayaks, whatever. It's a hint that people may have been doing their entire lives, and it works for them, and they want to show you this hint that maybe make it easier for you to fish. So if you want to submit a cut or cast, just direct message it just like you would PB shoutouts to me. This community appreciates all this stuff. This may be old news to a lot of you guys. This may be new to you guys.
What's up, Doug?
It's all about. What's up, Doug? It's all about sharing our knowledge and progressing everybody through fishing 10 times faster. So our first cut or cast submission is Spinning Rod Rebel Marvin. What's up? Thank you, Marvin, for the first ever, I guess second ever, but really the first ever submission. I appreciate this. Spinning Red Marvin. So you can see from the picture right here. He says, here's a couple hacks that might be worth cut or cast. The first one involves cutting 1/4 inch or so slices of wine corks and place them and bury them in the hook. Go ahead.
If you're new to this segment, guys, you get to decide in the poll whether you would cut this bait as in not use it or cast it because you think it's a great idea.
I'm taking it on as my job to try to promote this as something that will work. If it does or doesn't, because sometimes there's going to be some in there, especially the ones that I submit that maybe, questionable ideas. So don't be afraid to say, cut it out or you're going to cast that out. So cut or cast. The polls have started for this cut or cast. And if you want to send in something anonymously, that's fine too. Even if it's a joke, I like so you place and bury the hook points so that they will not get stuck. Works on the soft side of hard plastic boxes alike. So when you saw me pull all those jigs out and it was like, Christmas vacation with the Christmas lights where they're all attached, this might be a little hint. Everybody's got corks, right? I don't, but I'm sure everybody else does. Got corks, cut them in 1/4 inch increments and hook them on top. Right here, he's showing off his Muto slow submission jigs. And he got them all wrapped up nicely, and then it will prevent the hooks from snagging on. And if you've ever got those hooks, any type of hook snagged in that mesh material, it's usually got to get like your braid cutters out. You got to cut the mesh. You're always in a rush to get it out. So that's, to me, a great tip. And he's got a couple more pictures here. Here's the same thing,
that's cool.
But in his, I guess, hard plastic. So he's got corks on every little hook. And that way you just reach in there and pull it straight out, hopefully. He's got one more tip too. So same type of bag. But what he does here is for all of his hooks, in his binders, he'll take a piece of cardboard and let's see what he says here. For his jig bag with larger size hooks and pockets, assist hooks over the wallets, he'll take a piece of cardboard and for a divider and label them exactly. So when he's flipping through it, he can see exactly what hooks he's got in his divider bag, so he's not flipping around looking for everything, wasting time. And you can also use that for split rings, closed rings, snap rings, everything he needs in that wallet. So thank you, and I'm gonna vote on this.
That's very cool.
Bam. So all right,
very cool. It's overwhelmingly, it is definitely a cast. That's a cast, baby. Let's go. Nice job, Marvin. That's awesome.
Nice job. Thank you for submitting those tips. I'll go through those pictures one more time so you guys didn't see. But he's also got them labeled here. I guess that's slow death jig. So there you go. Thank you, Marvin, for that. And I'm going to exit my screen share, Roman, and I'm going to share one cast or cut myself.
All right. Cast or cut or cast.
Cut or cast. All right. Have you ever been on the water, Roman?
Hold on, here we go.
First of all, I'm trying to sell this. And trust me, guys, if you don't agree with me, my feelings definitely will not be hurt if it's a cut. This is. So if you ever been on the rolling water, do you use scent first of all? Like when you're fishing your creature bait or whatever you're fishing, do you scent it up or do you just throw it out there raw? Is this thing on?
Sorry, I was making the poll.
Oh, sorry. So do you use scent?
I do.
Okay. Most of us that apply scent, right? We get like, let's just say I have my little jug of Procure Calico mix right here. And usually how you apply this, right, is you just squeeze a little on there and you use the tip of this thing, right? And you just rub it on there, boom, close the tip and you're done, right?
Yep.
That's probably the
That's
method. But they've got junk all over the top here. Maybe you didn't get it so good on there. So I have a solution for that. And that is at the beginning of your day, you take your wife's toothbrush and you take a Ziploc bag. And what you do is you take the toothbrush, you take your Procure, apply it like you're doing your toothpaste on there. So you got your Procure on there. And then guess what? You just like you're brushing your teeth with it, bam, 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 all over it. And then you just keep this baby in that Ziploc bag. Anytime you want to get bait, just take that thing out. Bam, bam, bam.
I kind of like that.
You bam, bam, bam. And you put it right back in there. You put this thing away, right? And that Procure is going to last a lot longer because, you don't need those big gobs on there.
What about that marriage, though?
The application for this, too, let's say you want to, scent up your OCT 10 jig.
Can you? Do you?
You can put this on anything.
Is
Procure.
Wait, hold on. Cast or cut, guys. Is that
start the vote? I'm still selling it.
Cast or vote. Cast or cut or cast.
Cut or cast. So you can get it on everything. And get this. Here you go. What if you were to take your leader line and feed it through the right? You got your toothbrush, all these bristles on there.
Oh, that's good.
Get some on your leader line, maybe on your braid, get some on your arm, put it on your teeth, then you're breathing on it, So that is
I agree, Jeff. Cut on the OCT part. Is this a Shark Tank? You would cut. If this is a Shark Tank, you would All right, so
vote on it, please.
Cast,
toothbrush,
or cut.
Application.
Cut or cast. Cut or cast.
I love this idea.
And then you show up next Wednesday for the show with some bruises from falling down.
What? That's going right back in the bathroom.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Ooh, my face still is hurting from that,
There you go.
The other
Survey
day,
says
speaking of that stuff.
63% said cast.
Hey. All right.
Wow.
I honestly thought that would be a cut because it's an extra step of bringing a toothbrush in a bag, which most of us don't want to do that and they just use the jar. But
actually, I already use a toothbrush, Brian.
What's that?
Actually, I already use a toothbrush.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not a new idea to me or you, but hey, somebody watching, that might be a new idea.
You know what helps? You cut the back of cut the toothbrush in half so it's not that long. You can use a smaller baggie.
Okay. There's your modification. But did you know the other day, did you know this, Roman, that I accidentally drank.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I accidentally drank laxative and holy water. And I'm about to start a religious movement.
Oh, they say holy smokes. Eric wants to know if you tried that crankbait with a skirt on it.
Oh, perfect question, Eric. So if you guys watched the Castro crank, gosh, I don't have it in here. So if you watched Castro crank last week, I took a jig head skirt that you would put on a jig head and attached it to the back of a crankbait. and then I put the hook over that. So on the back of the crankbait, we call it the Macho Man bait or the Randy Savage bait because it looked like a crankbait with a skirt coming out the back,
No,
and it looked fishy.
Wasn't
And
it? Was it
got
Macho Man?
voted
It was something else. Was it Macho Man?
the Randy Savage bait, I think, or no, Rowdy Piper bait.
The Roddy Piper, yeah, because it's a
But
skirt.
it looked pretty fishy, right? And I think it got voted down. Like 80% said no, right? No, it cut, not good. So my first 2 casts on that bait, we had our crankbait tournament this weekend. I casted it, felt kind of funky coming in, and I was watching the last 10 feet, and it had no, crankbait's got the wobble.
Yeah.
The skirt prohibited it from doing any wobble, so it came in sideways with no wobble at all, just straight in sideways. So I tried it again, and it did not kick right. So that was definitely, unfortunately, a cut. Unless you can modify that skirt in a way it'll work. But the way I rigged it, I cut that thing off after the second cast. It did not look good. I know. I thought I had $1 million.
Dang. If Kevin's gonna sponsor the segment, we're gonna rename it Rep or Nope. Rep or not.
There you go.
All right, that's good. That's hilarious, dude. So fail.
So the
on
crankbait did
that,
not work,
but it was attempted.
but it was tested, and maybe you guys can rig the skirt differently, but for me, it was a no-go. All right, with that, Roman, we are going to go ahead and move on to PB shoutouts. So give me a second to get my screen ready here.
Awesome. All right, boys. Well, Brian gets his screen ready to share the PB shoutouts. Thank you so much for submitting your pictures and stories. It helps spread the hype, and it's so fun to see you guys fishing out there, and also to share with people that maybe haven't been out in a while. It lets them feel like they've been on the water. So thanks for doing that. And with that, we're going to jump into PB shoutouts. Ready, Brian?
Let's go. I'm ready.
We've seen you out on the water. They say you fishing harder. I guess we'll find out this week on our PB Shoutout.
Let's go PB shoutouts. If you don't know, that's Cal up front double fisting. If you'd like to be on PB shoutouts, direct message on Discord me, Brian Likes to Fish, or on Instagram, direct message me. Send me a picture of anything. I don't care what it is, except for you, Peter86. I got my censorship on you lately. Send me a picture of anything. If it's your kayak, or if it's a fish you caught, or a bait you're proud of, or something you painted, or a stand you made for your kayak, send it to me. We'll show it on PB shoutouts, and we'll give you a shout out on there. So first up, bam, look at this guy's big smile.
Let's go.
I don't know who that is. That is Zachary Riggs, the one and only. He's got a huge grin, and that is because he says, for PB shoutouts, caught my first yellowfin on the Grande this week. The captain and the crew were amazing. When they noticed me struggling, they were extremely helpful. The boat was comfortable. I even took a nap on a cot. Wow.
That's awesome. Something better than a nap on a boat.
I don't know our location, but the boat went west for 4-ish hours.
Went that away.
Went west for 4-ish hours, wherever that is. So mini tuna on the boat. The fight was intense. Most people, including myself, were catching tuna by fly lining sardines.
Nice.
My tuna broke off twice. Ugh. Leader and all,
Wow.
which was frustrating. They let me use their deep sea jigging setup with a streaker jig, and I finally landed one. Let's go, Zach. The yellowfin being caught around the 10 to 60, I think he means 100 to 60 feet deep. The major lesson I learned was I need to learn how to tie a stronger knot for tuna. There you go.
Zach, do you mean a stronger knot at the hook or at the leader mainline joint?
I would say both. And I think you did the right thing, Zach, by asking the deckhands if you're having problems. That's their job. That's what they're there for. And that by them helping you, sounds like the assistants helped you land your first.
Dave Rage said, "Congrats, Zach, and sorry to your wife. You're hooked now."
The puns are coming out, man. That's 3 tonight.
That's nice.
So nice work, Zach. Okay, next up. Bam! Speaking of Dave Rage in chat, there he is right there. Dave Rage. Dave Rage says, I was in Tennessee last weekend and we rented a nice cabin at Cherokee Lake. It's a top 20 bass lake with 400 miles of shoreline.
Wow.
Dang, that's a lake right there. Tennessee, huh? There was an MLF tournament going on and the pros are grabbing food in the evening with their custom jerseys on. Ooh, fancy.
That's cool.
Looks like the MLF set up there kind of on the beach right there. You got to see all that go down. That's pretty cool.
That's
Ashley and I, his wife, shore fished Friday with lots of baits using shiners, 2-inch minnows, and caught shiners, 2-inch minnows, and caught bluegills. I caught a bluegill on the dock with a worm and also a 2-pound bass pop out from the docks where they were biting. 2-pound bass, that's pretty good. So we got a picture of that.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's cool.
Man, looks pretty good out there too. We switched spots and I caught 1 largemouth, 3 smallmouths using live shiners and on sinkers, all in the sink. Ashley caught a nice sized catfish. Saturday, we rented a pontoon boat. What? Do they have a hot tub? Pontoon boat. And some friends that we ran into with some friends that we ran into for about 4 hours. We all skunked. Yeah, sometimes you get on those pontoon boats and you get on that nice comfy couch and you kind of forget about fishing and you just get cozy and enjoy the day. Pontoon boats are comfortable.
That's awesome.
I tried all sorts of artificials, had a few short strikes on some small cool baits with a 3.8 swim bait. Out of all the 101 MLF pros, 29 of them skunked. Ooh, if those guys are skunking, that's an expensive tournament there.
You showed them in your face.
Yeah, hold that 2-pound bass up. What's up? Where's my jersey? That day, so I didn't feel too bad. We fished next to a pro as he worked the bank, and we chatted for a minute, but he was covering the water. Those bass boats are fast. You better believe it. I've been on a bass boat going 72 miles per hour once, Roman, in the U.S. Open, and it's a. But let me just tell you guys, bring your goggles. It's a fast ride. The lake level was low, and you could see the natural brush that was submerged and the man-made brush piles, all spots full of 8 to 10 trees in the coves. I would have loved to fish normal water levels, but the lake was completely fogged in the morning. The water was clear. We found a very cool tackle shop. Let me swing over to another picture here. There's a dock that Leggy's fishing from. Cool. There's Ashley right there releasing her fish. Oh. Look at this tackle shop.
Ooh.
We found a very cool tackle shop that had hundreds of used crankbaits from $4 to $6 overall. Very fun trip. You know what? All those baits right there, that is how many, if you go underneath the bait barge, Roman, which I'm telling you to do in a video, there's a table at the bait barge that probably has that many baits attached to it right this second, Roman.
I'll probably get electrocuted before I get there.
I don't know, but there is that bait barge holds some serious amounts of baits in there. All right, and here's one more picture. Looks like his nice campground. And this guy, we got this guy up here. This is Jesse. You don't know, Jesse moved up north, and he's working for G. Loomis. If G. Loomis is looking to sponsor a big-time YouTube channel, we're right here, Jesse. We're ready to go. We're accepting applications right now at this point.
Yeah, we're accepting applications.
Jesse said, "Hey, Brian, I caught my PB smallmouth bass this weekend on the Columbia River near the Hood River. Caught trolling a jackal deep driving crankbait on a submerged hump in 25 feet deep of water.
Perfect.
Yep, was trolling it behind me and started a rip and drag. I thought I had snagged her either on the bottom or hooked a salmon. I was stoked to see when I got it up that it was a smallmouth bass. Yeah, that's a sweet one.
Chunky,
was using a G. Loomis IMX Pro 845 CBR rod.
Come on, you're blowing that sponsorship, Brian. Come on.
Hold on.
Hype it up. With
a Shimano SLX reel. Right on. That's a combo right there. G. Loomis with Shimano SLX. Trying to find someone who could take a picture, but then I decided that I could pop my phone and take my own dang photo with voice assistance. That's right.
Oh, dude, that's a beautiful picture, dude. It's a beautiful
that's
picture.
Kruger style right there.
Very nice.
Seems to have worked all right.
It looks great.
how much that fish weighs.
Yeah.
Give me the weight. Take a wild guess in chat.
Oh,
How
yeah.
much do you think this fish weighs right here? What do you think?
Guess the
Roman?
weight. Guess the weight.
Mouth. It's a small. What's
It's
your
a small
guess?
mouth, but a big belly.
Small mouth.
Small mouth, big belly.
I'm disqualified because I know the weight. So what do you think the weight is?
3 pounds.
Kevin says 5. Spinning Rod Rebel says 4.5. Zachary Riggs 3. 4.7. 2.5 says Steven. Larry says
Carl says plus 0.1.
Of course. The closest to it is, Eric Klein coming, a judge, 5.3. Eric Klein, 5.2. The winner is Eric Klein, 5 pounds. I guess 5 pounds, 2 ounces is like 5.
Zach's at 100 grams.
So we're talking a 5 pound smallmouth.
Wow,
awesome
that's pretty good.
fish. That is good. 5 pounds,
That's
2
awesome.
ounces. So good guess, you guys. You guys know your fish. There it is on the scale right there.
Proof.
And Jesse did send in a video, but I don't know if it's going to work.
Yeah,
Let's
it'll
see.
work. Play it. Yeah. It's big. Oh, we know your numbers, Jesse. We know we're gonna go fish a spot. Oh, that's nice. Gee. I think it was gentle.
Sweet. So, guys, guess what? Send in those videos through Discord. It only took me 2 hours to figure out how to get them on here, but now I'm not kidding. It
No, he
took me
knows
a
how to
long
do
time
it.
figure this out. But now, if you guys want for PB shoutouts, send in those videos. That's awesome. I love having the videos on there. So thanks for sending a video of the.
Was it playing
successful
sound for you?
Lipstick. What's that?
Was it playing sound for you?
It was playing sound for me. Was it playing sound for you?
It was not. So we'll troubleshoot that offline. But I
Okay.
love it. If you guys send videos, guys.
Yeah. Did anybody else hear the sound? Let me know.
No.
All right. I'll have to work on that. Oh.
That's
Okay,
cool.
next up, we have the WTF event this
That's
weekend.
awesome.
There's Chuck and Andy. Thank you, Chuck, for coming down and fixing us all food. There's adobo kicking back, and we have the WTF event, and this event was in San Diego Bay, crankbait, hard bait only, which means, for me, difficult. I'm not used to fishing on hard baits only. Thank you again, Chuck and Andy, for cooking all this food up. There's adobo kicking back there.
Nice.
Here's some of the WTF events.
That's cool.
There's my son in the middle. There's Eric. Joey Basson came out for this event. Guess what? Joey Basson is known, right, for crankbait master, I guess. And guess who the judge picked as his alternative partner? Joey Basson. I'm not saying somebody's trying to stack their team, but anyway. So hard baits only.
That's funny.
Here's the judge emceeing the event, which he does every time. Doing a great job, by the way, Eric, putting these events together. We're all having lots of fun. And your winner of heaviest fish was, I think, a 2.5 pound maybe barracuda, and that is Andy reclaiming the
awesome.
belt. And I
That's
think he took home maybe $180.
There you
I'm
go.
not sure on that, Judge. You might correct me on that, but heaviest fish. Good job, Andy, taking back that belt. And the champions, Cash and Jared, retain the WTF belts coming down from LA and winning it by catching 3 species. They caught 2 barracudas, and they got the elusive, the only one I think, to get the Corvina and 2 spotties. So they were able to get that 3rd species and knock everybody out, giving them that extra length. So congratulations,
Nice.
Cash and Jared, on defending it. I think they took home $380 too.
Wow,
So
that's pretty good.
that pays for the gas to get down here from LA. So
Yeah,
keep
right.
it up, guys.
One way. Gee.
Keep it up. Rick says, keep those shrimp on the ice. Yeah, when you're out there on the pickle run, I'm assuming you're thinking about. Yeah, not a bad idea. All right. Also, this weekend, I went down to a grand opening of
that's
a tackle shop
cool.
in Poway, and I met up with Jeff down there from One Cool Tuna. What's up, Jeff? Had his own booth down there, showing off the OCT jigs down there. And there's a new grand opening of a tackle shop. If you guys want to check it out, it's in Poway. It's called Slugfest. Here's a image of the inside.
That's cool.
And like a lot of our just kind of smaller tackle shops where they just carry the good stuff. So check it out. Had a great turnout. They got free tacos. They
Yeah.
had a raffle
Are
prize.
they looking to sponsor a cool fishing show that happens
He
every
was-
week?
Of course, I went in there and mentioned Fishy Hour in the NNFC, and he seemed interested, but he was a little busy that day, so he was ringing a lot of people.
Whatever.
Up, so
It's good.
we'll see. We'll see.
Why don't you guys type in !OCT into the chat? See what happens.
There you go.
See what happens.
Jeff was down there showing off his baits. And just to give you guys, when we were in the Pickle run, this is where we're all meeting up. I was down
At
there
the
yesterday doing a shakedown on my kayak yesterday, making sure it still worked because I haven't been on it in a few months. And while I was down there, I thought I'd take this picture. And this is at the end. There's Shelter Island boat launch ramp. If you feel comfortable pulling in on the concrete, you can pull in there. Or there's a sandy beach, if you like that too. They've got both ways to pull your kayak out of the water. But that's where we're going to be meeting up. And there's a picture of my truck and kayak for some reason.
Yeah.
And wait, I hope you get sound on this.
Yeah.
Sound?
No.
Okay, guys. So this is a video I took of last year's Pickle run. Let's all simultaneously cross our fingers and cross our toes that we have these exact same conditions this weekend, because last year, you can look around, you can see all the kayakers behind me back there. It was perfect, phenomenal. Same week, first weekend of October. So let's cross our fingers. We have this exact same weather. And with that, I'm losing my voice, so I'm going to exit my screen share, Roman.
That's awesome. Very cool. All right, boys. Getting ready to wrap this one up. So do me a favor, hit that like button before you go, and let's see what Brian has to say.
8:17, so I guess we'll wrap it up, huh?
No. Do you have something else?
Well, PB Shouts is usually the end of the fishing show. If you guys want to do a movie review, we can hang out and talk about some movies and some other stuff. But that is the end of Fishy Hour.
Well,
and
so
man, I'm super pumped.
In the
about
chat,
Pickle.
in the chat, type in
Cut or cast.
movie review.
Cut or cast.
Movie review.
I call it like the encore of Fishy Hour if we want to just hang out and talk. You know, I thought I'm going to ask you this question. I don't know what this is going to spark.
27.
What Roman has another show called tell me your other show, your Bitcoin show.
Stack Sats Show.
Stack Stats.
Stack Sats. Stack Satoshis. Fractions of a Bitcoin. 100 pennies makes $1. 100 million Satoshis makes 1 Bitcoin. Is that what you
there you So anyway, he had a segment where he's checking the price of like what goods are, and he's keeping track of what a carne asada burrito costs now, and like a couple months later. And it made me think. Okay, he told me what his taco shop order is. What is in chat? What is your guys' taco shop order? What, and tell them what your taco shop. Everybody goes to taco shop. What's your go-to order?
Okay, in the chat, type in your go-to taco order. Hold on, let me see if I have Okay, so my go-to order when I order any burrito is
doesn't have to be a burrito.
I'll choose the meat. No, for burrito, I'll choose the meat, either carne asada or al pastor, and then or adobada. That's fine, but then it's gotta have nothing else but beans, cheese, and sour cream. Anything else ain't right.
No pico, no guac.
No pico, no guac, no salt.
Did you say cheese?
Yeah, beans, cheese, sour cream, and whatever protein you want. And then when they give it to you in drive-thru, because you're not gonna be eating this, you're not gonna be going into a walk-in place. You go to a drive-thru. That's where the real stuff is. Okay, go to drive-thru. You let it sit there in the driver's seat, ride shotgun all the way home. And then when you get home, all of that sour cream has had time to like hang out with the cheese and the heat from the beans, and being wrapped so tight, they become one.
Cures.
It cures, and then you have the most delicious sauce you ever have on your meat. It's great. You should try it. My mouth is watering, dude. Sheesh.
All right, Frank Santiago says surf and turf burrito.
That's good too. With
Zachary
beans, cheese, and sour cream.
Zachary Riggs right there with you. Carne asada and beans. There you go.
Cheese.
Adobada tacos.
Adobada tacos. That's really good too.
Fishing reps, those are good. Carne asada street tacos. Carl Black. There you go. Al Pastor says Jared. That's BRC. Right. That's the bean, rice, and cheese, right?
Yep.
Or California. I love BRC burrito. In the morning, bacon, egg, says the judge.
Chorizo.
Leonard says carne asada, sour cream, and cheese only. He's with you, minus the beans.
Chorizo in the morning. I'll take the chorizo and egg burrito with, guess what? Beans, cheese, and sour cream.
I am more of a taco guy than I'm a burrito guy, so I'll order 2 carne asada tacos, but with just carne asada and guacamole, and that's it. Like a street taco. But,
Oh yeah,
you know,
street taco.
carne
That's
asada
good.
taco.
I can do that.
I'm more of
Yeah.
a corn.
Cali
guest than-
burrito, chile relleno burrito. That's nice, Captain Dan. That's a good
Oh,
one.
That's fancy.
So I went to have dinner, lunch with Captain Dan a couple of times, and one time I took the boys, and Julian had not had a chile relleno burrito, a chile relleno before.
Oh yeah.
So he had the first chile relleno you tried was with Captain Dan at the restaurant, and he loves it, dude. Like he whenever we go to a Mexican restaurant now, he'll order the chile relleno.
and then chili, the cheese, and the egg, fried up in that fat. Oh, it's so good.
So he'll order that, and he'll compare it to the one he had is it in Carlsbad? Oceanside, I think. Yeah.
That's pretty big leagues for
dude.
shop food. That's normally not a kid's order. Usually,
He's
they're
into
like
it.
basic, but man,
He
that's
doesn't
big leagues.
he doesn't like the
there.
beans anymore, but he loves the chile relleno and the rice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so where did we come out on the movie review? Are we ready to finish this thing?
Movie review.
All right, we'll just do one because I got this cat here that has no name. So if you guys got a good cat name for a girl cat, let me know. Put it in chat. I'm an unnamed cat here. Okay, movie review. So if you guys have been watching the show for a long time,
Encinitas. That's right.
movies all the time,
Nice,
and
nice.
me and this guy right here, we love 80s movies and 90s movies, especially for me, 80s movies. That's when I grew up. So I enjoy
Daisy,
that. I always
Dine.
say there's a perfect timeline of 1984 to 1986. When this cat is going to make it difficult. From when these movies, from a specific time, from 84 to 86, when like all these awesome movies came out. And I don't know if it's ever going to be duplicated. It was like the best movie time ever. And the movie I'm reviewing today.
Salty said you're gonna call your cat number 97.
Oh, that's sad. Like with Daisy, Dine, yeah.
97. That's
Name crankbait.
that place on 101. Good food. Yep,
Sorry.
that's right, Arnie. That's a place. That's
So the
good.
movie I'm reviewing came out July 13th, 1984, which is in that critical period of awesomeness, killer movies. It's about
Roy's gonna get a round of applause and a gong for that. Roy said you should name your cat Nuk Su Meow. You know where that's from?
I've heard that before, but I do not remember where.
So Nuk Su Cow is what they cheer for Jean-Claude Van Damme in Kickboxer.
Now
right?
yeah.
That's so good. Roy, dude, he's like on another level. He's got this.
Wow. He should be doing the movie reviews. What am I doing up
That was
here?
good.
I kind of like Tatty. I think it's my front runner here.
Tatty's pretty good.
It's
It's a good one.
That. What do you think? She's Tatty. Anyway, put this thing away. Let's get this over with. So this movie came out in July 13th, 1984. It's basically about in the universe, there's this big frontier, right, of ships and a whole armada that's protecting all the planets from an evil, menacing person out in the galaxy. And the fighters that they bring in to fight all this, they come in from everywhere in the galaxy, and they're called starfighters. And to recruit starfighters, actually on Earth, they send down these arcade machines. And this is back in the 80s when arcades were awesome, right? So there's this one small trailer park, and they have this arcade system in there. And this teenager gets really good. He's like 19 years old, I think. And he gets really good at this. And he's so good at it that it sends a message out to outer space, and they come fly in to recruit this guy to become the last starfighter. Have you seen this?
It's been such a long time. I'm gonna rewatch with my boys.
It is a killer movie from the 80s. So it still holds up, but sometimes 80 movies don't. But so he's so good at this game, they send somebody out there, and they go down and they try to convince him, hey, come to outer space and help us defend this armada, save your planet. The aliens are already trying to invade your planet, so this is a way that you're going to save your planet. They convince him to go back out to outer space, but when he gets there, it's a little bit of a spoiler, but it's 40 years old, so
Come on.
I've seen. So when he gets there, he finds out that the armada has already been attacked before he gets there, and he is the last starfighter and Earth's last chance to save planet Earth. He's the last starfighter to fight off the evil, I forget his name.
Hence the name,
so,
the last
CJ
starfighter.
says the Death Blossom. Don't push the Death Blossom button until you're absolutely ready. It's a weapon on his ship. But I enjoyed this movie. I hear they're in the rumors of them remaking this into, I guess, a remake of, because, you know, they don't make any original movies anymore. They just remake everything. So I hear that they're going to remake this movie, which I will go see. But I'm going to give this 3.5 out of 5 max. It's in that perfect timeline. It's a great little movie. Check it out. It's like one of the first movies, too, that they actually use CG. So the CG is a little, 1980s Atari looking kind of CG. But
that's perfect.
The story is good enough to
It's
hold
the
up.
best.
And your kids will like it because it's like, it has
I like some of these names. Abby. And then
Abby's
Dave Rage.
a good one. I
Dave
already
Rage
had
said
a
it.
cat.
Dave Rage said he named his cat Ponzu. That's a good name. I like that one.
Brian goes into Death Blossom when he needs one more legal bass. You don't hit Death Blossom until Spotty Bowl finals because you only get one shot at Death Blossom. That's my A-rig. That's a good name for A-rig. Called the Death Blossom. You know what I mean? Only
That's
the
right.
last Starfighter fans would get it, but it'd be like a huge A-rig that, that's a great idea. Huh. All right. Well, guys, Pickle runs this weekend. Me and Roman and Salty will be there extra early, unloading, dropping off. Let's be safe, guys. Make sure you're physically ready to do this because it is a long journey. We'll have support boats out there in case we do run into a little problem. So we have support boats out there, which is nice. But this is our 3rd year. It's been fun every year. If you're last minute and you're going to participate, make sure you send me your info in Discord that you're going to be there because I'm only arranging enough vehicles for the amount of people we currently have. So if 5 people come in the last minute, you got to let me know so we can arrange a vehicle for you. But with that being said, let's all get out there on this pickle run. Let's snack some grass. Let's catch some bass. I will see you guys Saturday morning. We are out of here. Later, Roman.
Nice job. Nice job, Brian. Taking Brian out with a round of applause from the live studio audience. Cheers. That was good. I enjoyed this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. Thanks for tuning in today. Thanks for making the show extra fun. It's on a different level when you guys show up and comment and interact with each other and have a blast. It's cool. It's what it's supposed to be. It's kind of like a happy hour, but fishy. Fishy hour. Shout out to Kevin Nakata. Thanks for tuning in today. Fishing_reps, the judge, Eric the Judge Lehman, Jesse, thanks for submitting your photos all the way from Washington, dude. That's very awesome. Thanks for sharing that. Very cool. Happy to have you here. Dave Rage in the house. Also, thanks for submitting your photos. Good deal. I got Eric Klein. Hey, what up, Eric? Cobra in the house. Eric Klein, from this day forth, shall be known as Cobra. It has been. I have spoken. Shout out to Cobra. Shout out to Captain Dan. Captain Dan, if you need anything else between now and then, let me know. Maybe we could do lunch tomorrow if you're available. Rick Summerfruit, dude, thanks for tuning in today. Hope you enjoyed the show. Arnie in the house. What up, Arnie? Thanks for tuning in. Glad you're here. We got Alex, Spotty at Best. Dude, thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the show. Frank Santiago. We got Carl Black in the house. Carl! What up, Carl? Shout out. Special thank you to Mr. Leonard and Salty Dangler for helping me mod today, keeping you guys in check, keeping the riff-raff out, keeping the spammers out of here. Just kidding. We have a pretty good group. You guys don't get out of hand. You guys don't get too rowdy, except for Doug Rubin in the house all the time, getting crazy. Just kidding, Doug. Love you. Thanks for being here. Good to see you here again, too. Doug, Frank Santiago. We got, what else we got here? Jeff, !OCT. Also, Todd Burton Art. Thanks for tuning in, Todd. Thanks for all your help with everything. Helping Eric with all the belts and all the stuff. Amazing. We appreciate you, dude. Thanks for tuning in and thanks for the support always. All right, guys. That's all I got for you guys. We'll see you guys on Saturday. Saturday, right? Yeah, we'll see you guys on Saturday. And if you're not doing Pickle Run, we'll see you guys next week on Wednesday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. But until then, may the bite be with you. Woo! I'm trying to wrap it up before the music ended. All right. Got it. Nailed it.